have you noticed that things are changing faster than ever? I'm only a millennial, but I bet if I was a Gen Zer, I would be able to see how fast the world is changing around me. It's like if, I don't know, if time and change were like wavelengths on a graph, it's like the bars or the lines, the waves are getting closer and closer together. And change is happening faster than ever. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about one single nugget of advice that I've found that served me well, and I want to share it with you. So the one nugget is to stand out from others. And like, why is that important, right? Like, what are you talking about? Why is standing out important? So I'm going to give you bad news, then I'm going to give you good news. The bad news is being exceptional is at everyone's fingertips. So a million years ago, when I was going to high school, like graphing calculators were like, why do we need to do this if a graphing calculator can do this for us? Like, why do we need to do that? Now it's like, why do we need to do this if a virtual assistant or AI or whatever can do it for us, right? And so the bar to being exceptional is more accessible and lower than it's ever been. And so being exceptional is no longer like a differentiator in the traditional sense of like having a high level of knowledge and wisdom and schooling and all this stuff, right? And so that's the bad news. The good news is a key to success, what we're going to talk about, this key to success is simple, which isn't to say it's easy, but it is simple, and that is to stand out. So one of the questions I would ask you if we were in person or we were in a coaching scenario is, when other people are zigging, do you zag? Peter Thiel's book, From Zero to One, I love, he has this interview question where he asks people, what do you see differently in the world? What do you disagree with most people on? What do you see differently that other people don't see? This is the same question that I would ask. This is such a powerful question because it illuminates where you are zigging and other people are zagging, where you're divergent, you're going your own direction. It also shows if you're a critical thinker or if you kind of think with the pack and moved with the pack. And so standing out is critical. Zigging when other people are zagging is critical. What do you see as rare and desirable in your own industry? So in my industry, in entrepreneurship and in software, specifically tech startups, some of the things that I've noticed that are really rare and desirable that you could consider exceptional, but not exceptional in the academic sense, are traits of character. So things like integrity, honor, reliability, follow through, etc. These are extremely rare. I don't see these very often. A lot of people go along to get along. They say the right things. They want to fit in. If you've ever gone through an investor pitch, or if you've ever been in the scenario where your company is like fundraising, you'll understand what I mean when you see how dollars and numbers and spreadsheets can get stretched so close to the breaking point of where the line between truth and lie is. So traits of character, integrity, honor, reliability, follow through. These are critical things that you can have, that you can develop, that you can pursue after as character traits that will make you stand out from the crowd, at least in my industry that I am aware of. The vast majority of people struggle with confidence. And I'm realizing, I had a conversation with a friend on Twitter this week. I used to say the same as Myron Golden, which is that confidence, people that lack confidence, it's because they're aware of every time they've ever lied to themselves, to other people, every time they haven't showed up for other people or for themselves. And then a friend on Twitter he's like, yeah, that's true. He's like, but confidence or those lies come from fear or past trauma. And that got me thinking. And I'm like, so the unitized component, the singular component that leads to not having confidence or that leads to not following through is these traumas of needing to fit in, of fear of missing out, of all these other things that people that they carry with them. And so the vast majority of people struggle with confidence. The reason doesn't so much matter, but it's something that is a differentiator, people that are confident. And that's not to say arrogant, right? So confidence is you have a level of competency in what you're doing to be confident, versus arrogant, which is like you have confidence without competence. Okay, so there's a balance between. And then the last one is, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but something in my industry that I've seen a lot, and something in my friend group and people's partners that are in my friend group, in my circle, I noticed a lot of people have struggled, and they felt pain in relationships. They felt pain in business transactions or interactions where people say things they don't mean because they prioritize fitting in over standing out. And I don't know. These are the three things that I've noticed in my world. The moral of the story is you want to stand out. And there are many different ways to stand out. It's probably different for your industry. Some of these, I'm sure there's some overlap, but I do believe that traits of character are super undervalued and underappreciated, and they're a huge differentiator for people. Just the fact that you show up when you say you're going to show up, and you do what you say you're going to do, and you say what you mean, and you mean what you say. Hopefully you deliver it in a loving way. That will help you stand out from so many people. And so in a world where excellence is easy to come by and mistakes are getting less and less, standing out is critical. And so I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you in the next one.